Today on Hoosier Adventures, we're checking out one of New Orleans' most famous restaurants, Antoine's, located in the French Quarter. This footage is actually pretty old. It's from 2017. I just finally got around to making a Hoosier Adventures out of it, and I hope you enjoy it. And believe me when I say that Antoine's is a strong recommend. Now, of course, New Orleans is known for its famous restaurants. Just in the French Quarter, there are so many of note. You have Antoine's, you have Galatoire's, you have Broussard's, and you have Arnaud's. Those are probably the four most famous, as well as numerous other ones that are also of note. But I must say, Antoine's has a special place in my heart, and that's because of this lunchtime special here. Looking at the menu here, you will notice that it's reasonably priced, and you get 3 courses, which gives you a nice sampling of the food that it has to offer. Also, it has 25-cent cocktails. That's a set cocktail, though. It's not any cocktail. It's a specific cocktail for a specific day. And yes, they're about as strong as a glass of water. But hey, for 25 cents, how can you not? One of the best parts of eating at Antoine's is getting to go look around at all the different stuff on the walls, as well as just the building itself. The building has that dilapidated yet charming New Orleans vibe. Where it's kind of run down, but that sort of adds to the mystique of it. Antoine's is definitely one of those kind of establishments that could only exist in New Orleans. Here, if you're perpetually 12 years old like me, you'll know that's Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine. This is sort of a cartoon that's not particularly funny, but hey, might as well get some footage of it. Some of the pictures on the wall are famous politicians who have eaten there. I believe there's a big one of Pope John Paul II who dined at Antoine's when he visited New Orleans. This is President Kennedy and LBJ hanging out. A lot of the stuff has to do with New Orleans specific decorations, so here's a hall of different Mardi Gras kings and queens and different floats and things like that. Antoine's has numerous themed rooms. Some of these are themed to specific Mardi Gras crews. Here on the wall, you'll see a picture depicting different Mardi Gras floats from a specific Rex parade. If you're interested in some of the different parades, you can check out my footage from my last video, which was of the Rex parade from 2017. Here's one of the private dining rooms. And here we see a case of different whiskeys. I didn't get a lot of shots of these bottles, but some of them are actually very interesting. Some of them are Prohibition bottles, and some of them, during the Prohibition, they could still sell certain kinds of whiskey for medicinal reasons, and it says, hey, this is medicine, blah, 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 even though we all know it wasn't. This is actually the wine hallway, so they don't have a wine cellar because of the water table, but they have a wine hallway, and you can take tours of it. Our waiter here actually offered to give us a tour of the wine hallway, and we declined. But hey, if you're interested in that, definitely ask your waiter. Right now we're getting served some different types of oysters. The green one on the far left on her plate is Oysters Rockefeller, which Antoine's famously invented. Like, comment, subscribe. I know this is a short video. Here you get this great shot of my soft-shell crab. If that's on the menu, get it. And if you're ever in New Orleans, definitely hit up Antoine's. It should be on everyone's bucket list. Just make sure to go for lunch.